the God of more than enough. When we look at life in the beginning, there was abundance. We see that God created the heavens and the earth. He created a garden for man to live in. And after creating all of that, we see that there is more than enough. There's fruit, there's trees. God has created work for man to do. And God and man work together in perfect partnership. We see that God had created the animals and he asks man to name them. And whatever man named it, that was its name. Now, as we see life in the garden, there is everything that one could imagine. There's a habitat. There's this continual relationship with God where man and God are working together. And then God even notices that it's not good for man to be alone. And what happens next is that God creates woman out of man. You see, God is so attentive to the needs of you and me that he's able to see and meet those needs. As we reflect on this story in the garden, we can see that God had everything covered. I mean, they had a place to live, food, shelter, everything. God had taken care of it all. And before man was even created, we see the days leading up to making man, God had already created a world for him to live in, food for him to eat, plants, animals for him to take care of, and a place for man to work and live. It's a reminder that God has foresight. God knows the end from the beginning. He has a plan. And it's an invitation as we reflect on the first couple of chapters of Genesis to be reminded that God has a plan. It's so important for us to trust in God, trust and believe that he has a plan. Though we may not see it all now, he has a plan. And that plan is perfect. And it's a reminder that we can ask him, you know what, God, I don't see how your plan is working. And honestly, we're not supposed to, because he has the ultimate perspective. His ways are higher than our ways, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. That means that we can't really compare our thoughts to his thoughts, his ways to our ways. They're different. But what we can ask for is guidance. We can ask for direction. We can ask for eyes to see and ears to hear and a heart that understands what God is saying and what he's doing in our life, in our world, and in the things around us. Learning how to trust God's plan is a journey. I don't think that it's anything that any of us come to overnight where we're just like, okay, God, I just trust that you've got everything under control and that's it. That's the end of it. I believe that it's a journey. And just like Abraham in Genesis chapter 12 steps out in faith, he leaves his country, his people, and his family to go with God on a journey to a place that he doesn't even know what the name is, but he goes. And honestly, I'm finding that it's less about the destination and more about the journey and who we're walking with. When we look at people in the Bible like Enoch, it said that he walked with God. And it's a reminder to me and to you that God wants to walk with us. He wants us to do this daily life and living with him, step by step, day by day, moment by moment. Takes us back to the garden and how I imagine God and Adam interacted as they worked together in perfect partnership. So back to the beginning, God wants to walk with you and with me, and that can help us to trust him more, to trust his plans, to trust his purpose, so that as we live out our lives and our days with purpose, we can trust that there's a God that sees us, that sees our needs, that sees everything about us, and is able and willing and desiring to walk with us so that we can know Him and He can know us. Yes, God wants to know you. He wants to know me. He wants that relationship with us so that we're not feeling like we're doing this life alone, because honestly, we were never meant to do this life alone. We were meant to do it with God, with each other, in community. So this is a reminder to you and to me that God desires us to trust Him. He desires us to walk with Him. And He desires us to know Him and for Him to know us. That's it for today. Take care, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.